I am so happy that I'm getting the engagement that I want through my parapsychology and conspiracy because that is exactly why I've created this and wanted this and have studied this information for years. Like, this is thank you guys for supporting me doing what I love and you finding out information and sharing your stories as well. Let's get into another one. Hopefully, I don't get taken down TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm actually going through my book trying to figure out what topic I want to talk about specifically today. I can't get the right fucking angle and I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna lose it! Wait, that's perfect. Actually, it's not perfect at all, so I'm just gonna come closer. So for today's topic, I want to be talking about our social distractions that we all know are happening, our pandemics, our mask that we're putting on when there's a whole bunch of shit going on behind the scenes, vaccines specifically, and my biggest one, crisis actors. Now, again, you might be familiar with some of the terms I just said, but if you're not, I'm basically going to put social distractions up here just so you can see the definition. I'm also going to then do pandemic just so you can see the definition, the mask unveiling definition, vaccine definition, and a crisis actor definition, just so you guys can get the gist of what society wants you to think before I try to persuade you differently. Well, the idea starting from scratch is the social distractions. We all know them, okay? TikTok being banned specifically because we share our knowledge and because people are becoming more aware and like not standing behind the sidelines anymore saying like, "Oh, this is what I believe." No, that's why we're getting social distractions is because we know too much. They don't want us to know shit. But guess what? Things have leaked out very, very much so that they've had accidents and then there's people like me and people like you who just tend to come across these things. And eventually you're like, come on, guys. How many distractions is it going to take for them to do back to back to back destructions and basically worldwide changes for us to not say something's going on? Let's go back to the railroading of all the trains. That all these trains magically railroaded all the way across the United States, right? There was like, what, 15 to 20 derailments of trains, right? Okay, yeah, one's possible, but with the chemicals and all the explosive that it had to basically ruin a bunch of crops, okay, that's a one-time thing. Then it happened again. Then it happened in Virginia. Then it happened in North Carolina. Then it happened here, and it was like a domino effect. And like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, how many times are we gonna read about that until we're like, and half the people were like, why the fuck was the train in the middle of bumfuck anyways? Like, what was the purpose? Oh boy. Um, can we talk about Epstein, please? And how everybody knew this the whole entire time, and we're acting like this is fresh and brand new, and that, oh my god, there's a world serial file. Like, I mean, are you kidding me? Literally half of Hollywood knows about this, and you're telling me half our government and our politicians weren't involved either? Do you realize that we all act like we hate each other as countries, but in reality, we're all actually united because we have things that we need to work together? Hence the Olympics. Somebody brought that to my attention. They were like, if we all hated each other, why would we work together to make the Olympics happen? Um, I knew about child trafficking long, long before Epstein ever came out. And what's even more sad is the fact that we are so aware of these things, and there are people's children that are missing every single day and then never seen again because there's so much higher authority and powerful people out there that can make your life just go like this, and you never existed. And of course, they want children because children are the most innocent, they're the most um, feudal to our existence. And it goes into some really, really dark shit, guys. And I might need to make an extra video on that because I've gone down that rabbit hole, and half the people that I used to love and look up to in Hollywood, I don't, no wonder they're moving and changing their names and going to different countries. And if you think Epstein's dead and he died in his cell, he's the richest ex-trafficker alive, along with influencing millions and millions and billions of people. You don't think he had another island somewhere? Or you don't think he's chilling somewhere? Come on, guys. I mean, okay, maybe he did. Maybe he got hung in his jail cell. But that flapped, and that was the end of that, wasn't it? That was just the end of the story. He's dead. Boop. Let's move on to the next thing, right? Because there's always news to be brought to our attention. Do you understand that half the news on the TV has nothing to do with what we're actually going through, including all the drones? By the way, all the drones that we're seeing, I hope you guys are aware, are United States drones looking for something that got taken out of a big nuclear base in Texas. But in the beginning, wasn't it funny how they said that they were maybe under attack and that we were getting looked at from other people and countries and maybe it was a terrorist thing? No. I knew from the beginning it was us. Hence why now they say if you shoot the drones down, there's a fine for it. I mean, why couldn't you just come out and say that they're US drones and we're looking for something valuable? I mean, like, there's so many secrets behind the veil. I'm sorry if you've had COVID, but I've never had COVID in my life, and I think it's a complete bullshit excuse as to what made the world become more isolated. They did it intentionally to ruin and jeopardize ourselves. Do you realize how mean people got when COVID came around? Hey, stay 6 inches away from me. Oh, don't touch me. Wash your hands. It's the same as the flu. And guess what? Actually, it was released earlier than it was supposed to. It was actually supposed to come out in 2025, but somebody made a oopsie in the lab, and it came out earlier than it was expected. So, like, do you guys understand where this is going? Like this, everything that you're seeing is like already planned. It's already pre-planned, and it's been planned for years. Don't knock yourself off the wagon. It's okay to catch up. Let's not forget about Maui and how they wanted millions and millions of dollars worth of land there. And then all of a sudden they didn't give anybody a warning, and then all of a sudden the whole entire town and thousands of people die. And oh, let's not forget about Oprah's big roof that was blue. And also there's like 4 or 5 other people, including millionaires and billionaires, that put blue on their roof as a sign to not fuck up this house because I'm involved with it. I mean, do you guys not remember hearing about blue roofs? And what I'm trying to get at with the COVID thing is, guys, if they're offering you $50 gift cards and say giving you free shopping sprees to go get a vaccine because it's so valuable and so important, and giving people free weed in certain states, I mean, what? You have to bribe me for my health? I am anti-vaccine because I don't know what the fuck they're putting in me, and I don't trust them at all. And half the people got sick and have symptoms they never had before, including infertility, lung issues, people dying of heart attacks, seizures, and cancers, and you don't think it was all a part of that? I talked to a nurse at Temple University, and I talked to her about, because she asked if I was vaccinated because of all my sicknesses that I've had, and I said, no, I don't believe in that shit, and she said, oh, thank God, me neither. She said, you guys want to know something? Me and my husband, her husband is a flight attendant. He literally flies planes, and she's a nurse, he's a pilot. They both needed vaccines. They faked it and got a fake script for it because they said, I don't trust that shit. It's not going in my body. And 4 years later, I don't even need it to have my fucking degree. Remember when they cut 80% of nurses off because they wouldn't get the vaccines? I mean, guys, they work with people who have COVID. Why the fuck wouldn't the nurses want the vaccines? That doesn't make you question things. This whole world is a stage.